Should be in slightly better quality.
All right, Joe. It's another spoiler show in the MCU. So if you haven't seen Thunderbolts, we're going to spoil it. But if you have, great. Love to have you here. And we got Tevya SMolka and we got Neasley Nostalgic in the house. Joe, give me that countdown.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Get over here! Hi, I'm martial art master Daniel Casino. You know me as the original Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile, and Smoke. You are tuning in to NerdCage Live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Don't miss an episode or you'll get caged. So let's finish him.
This is Anthony Marquez, better known as Kung Lao for Mortal Kombat. Make sure to like and subscribe to NerdCage Live. Be there. Us.
Hey everybody, this is Dave Niebor from Dog Eat Dog, and you're watching NerdCage Live. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel. These are great guys doing what they love to do.
Hi, I'm Leah Montalongo, the OG Sindel. Please like, subscribe to NerdCage Live.
This is Ernie C. from Body Count. You're tuned in to NerdCage. Can you like and subscribe?
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match!
Shoot the J, Joe! Okay. Shoot it!
All right!
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom!
Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful!
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe! Run for your life, Joe!
Running!
Run faster! Oh no, Joe! The galaxy's doomed because of you!
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe!
Thank you.
Yo! That's f***ing diabolical! Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live.
Hey guys, it's the original Shao Kahn, Brian Glenn, and I'd like you to subscribe to NerdCage Live.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Doc Coyle, the man from Bad Wolves and God Forbid. I want to let you know right now, please subscribe to NerdCage Live.
Greetings, imagination connoisseurs. This is Robert Meyer Burnett, and I'm telling you to go get in the cage, the NerdCage Live, and you watch, you like, you subscribe.
And you come back and you hear some cogent discourse about all things nerdy.
NerdCage Live, do it.
My style, my tone, what I dig is tend to be, darker featured women, and but the dance is hot, but it's cool. It's also cool. It's sexy, but it's weird.
Something about possessed dancing just like appeals to me, because I think I don't like dancing usually. People look so stupid, but where I'm like, oh, you can't even help this. Oh, I kind of dig that. Billy, why the fuck is your dog at the bank? Billy, what the fuck? Like, get your dog out of the bank. People have jobs to do. They have things they gotta get done.
I'll meet you in the middle. I think his dog should not have broke her snowman, and I don't think he should have brought it in work, but she seems like she drives slow in the left lane, so I kind of hate her also.
Wherever the red dot goes, you bang.
You know what, Val? This one's on me, okay? You see me reaching for my fucking wallet?
I got a goddamn plan!
Thank you for not smoking.
What's the boogeyman? Hi, my name is Kev Bayless, designer or redesigner of Donkey Kong, designer of Diddy Kong, Jago, Enderkurken, and Whizpig. You can't beat me! But what you want to do is subscribe to NerdCage, the YouTube channel. Just go there, subscribe, because you know it makes sense. And that's that.
Hi, Heather the Heart here. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow NerdCage Live.
It has begun.
If what you say is true, the Shaolin could be dangerous.
Greetings, citizens. You're now trapped in a NerdCage. We hope you have a smashing good time.
Spoiler warning! You're now about to witness the strength of Geek Knowledge Alone. Welcome, that's right, once again, you are trapped in NerdCage Live. This channel is a celebration of all things pop culture, including the MCU and Thunder Tits. So if you are new to the channel, please hit that like button and subscribe. I'm your co-host, Jay St. G, certified geek 7 days a week, coming to you live from yours truly, the land of the orange, the land of Tom Cruise, the land of Anthrax and Earth Crisis of Syracuse, New York. And once again, he's our moderator and Trollhammer, stronger than the DK Banana Slammer. You can't stop it, you can't crop it, you can't top it like a B-52 bomber. Oppenheimer, he's got to drop it, born from the atomic seed in the titanium womb. He's the NerdCage Live Gaming Prophet, known as Joel FallenOne Gaming. How's it going? And please introduce our guest tonight.
Going great, Jay. And tonight we have the one and the only Tevya SMolka and Tyler Nichols of Joe Blow and Needlessly Nostalgic. How are you doing, fellas?
Doing wonderful. Ready to talk some Thunderbolts with you guys.
Yes, sir.
All right, before we go any further, who do we got in the chat tonight, Joe?
In the chat tonight, I'm sure there's a ton of lurkers, so don't be afraid to speak up,
Yes.
and I'm sure our regulars
It's
are
all
on the way.
spoilers, so y'all can just let your nuts hang and talk everything. Post-credit scenes, whatever. So,
Yes.
all right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go around in a circle. We're going to give our general thoughts of the movie. No rating yet. We'll save that for the end. Your general thoughts, and then we'll just go, and Joe will kind of moderate like what topics we talk about throughout the film. So we'll go. Okay, so on screen we'll go counterclockwise a little bit here. So, Tyler, what was your general thoughts of the movie? And promote whatever you want to promote.
I also want to say bravo to Jay for the custom Tyler Nichols logo on the intro. That's with the needlessly nostalgic font.
Yeah, because you gave me the font, so.
I know. I looked over and saw it right when it came off the screen. It's like, oh, wait a minute, that's fun. So that's cool. Good job on that.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't have. I'm needlessly nostalgic. Yeah, we'll listen to that. We're doing the Elm Street series. I'll do plugs at the end. But Thunderbolts, I really liked it. I thought Captain America: Brave New World was very middle of the road. It didn't. I didn't feel much one way or another. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was kind of an inoffensive entry, which isn't really what I'm looking for with MCU. I want to feel something, and I really, really enjoyed this. Like, it's all just characters that I like, and the ones that I pretty much all the new characters that they introduced, I really started to like them and enjoyed their dynamic. And by the end of the film, I'm like, yep, I want to watch this team do stuff. which is all I've ever wanted, because it's proof that the powers don't matter. It's the personalities that really made.
Yeah.
Like that's what where we got so much of what worked with the initial MCU was the personalities and them interacting together, that dynamic. And like Florence Pugh is so good. She is the absolute standout from this film, and it was so smart framing the film around her, and she's so likable. David Harbour is such a good comic relief, but also is able to get you in with like the emotional impact, and he gets you to feel things. But then I was not expecting Sentry to be such a well-written character, and I've always liked Lewis Pullman, so I'm glad to see him getting a big shot in the MCU. And yeah, I mean, I didn't love Taskmaster and what happens
we'll get
with
to that.
yeah, but like yeah, there's a lot that I loved about this movie, and the fact that it's one of the main villains is depression and like mental health struggle, and that's pretty fucking cool for a superhero movie. So, and I loved the action scenes in this were sick. Like they were very well done. There was one point where I was like, holy shit, they have not cut from this. So it was impressive.
Very, very, very well said. All right. All right, Teva, promote whatever you want to promote, and go ahead. Your general thoughts of the movie.
Yep. I just wrote you can follow my YouTube channel at the I was doing reaction to GTA 6 the trailer, reaction right there, and to do my video of the movie at the few days ago, and that's a promotion. And as for the movie itself, when I did my video movie, I thought the movie was fine. It was a fine entertainment movie, and it was really kind of a movie. But Time Every New was so disappointing. I'm glad this movie at the end disappointed me. It was a good movie. That was my favorite MCU movie of the past decade. No. However, I will give the movie the character I feel did help the movie out. Red Guardian was funny. David Harbour and Red Guardian, he was hilarious. He made me laugh. I love Bucky. I was trying to Bucky get more in the movie and get them Woody.
I agree.
But Florence Pugh as the main character at New Black Widow, she killed it. She perfect. I mean, I never a million years this film one of my favorite characters, but I'm glad I proved wrong because she was great in Hawkeye. She was great in this movie, and I'm so happy she's doing great. And thank God, because I would go no dive at the because no MCU, no tracker, this some characters don't go anywhere. But let's one thing actually interesting. Sentry would have shocked me because I never made to do Sentry this character because Sentry is a very complicated character that even in the comics I can't even talk about. It's so confusing. So I'm glad that Sentry is great. They pulled his character. They did the point perfect, and damn that this guy was good. Taskmaster, I don't get him a Taskmaster. I never did. So was it because they won Taskmaster in Black Widow that I was so like, wait, what? That's how you go. It's good. Like, what? That's what we'll look at that later. But I didn't care. So whatever. But other than that, the movie was good. Oh yeah. You was Alien. You was Alien. It was fun. He was funny. He was dark. But to be fair, in Captain America, well, not Captain America, and in Falcon Winter Soldier, he was already an asshole. But damn, I actually felt bad for him for so even though I know he's an asshole. So, but Ghost didn't okay. I didn't get it, but she was fine. Overall, the movie was good, a good movie, and my window. You know what? I'll say I'm gonna leave it later.
Yeah. We'll save that.
Yeah, it was good. But for my mention review, you can watch down below, and that's all right. It was a fun movie. It's good, and I can't wait for the future. Can't wait.
By the way, I like your background, green screen background, and it looks like Florence Pugh's like peeking over your shoulder. All right, Joe of FallenOne Gaming, your general thoughts of the movie.
Yeah, so I went in this with low expectations, but like I said, I was pleasantly surprised at what it had to offer, and I think they're going in the right direction. I think they're doing some character building, and they're resetting the MCU for what's coming, which is a nice change of pace. And David Harbour was great comedically. Florence Pugh brought that heaviness that we needed, and Sentry is a great villain for this. It's not. It starts out as kind of like a throwaway, but ends up being the initial premise of the entire movie, which is kind of cool. So, and I think it's funny that he actually came out and he said that he didn't exactly want to be called Bob in the beginning because he was already Bob in Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
I don't want to be Bob twice, but that being aside, I mean, like I just said in my rapper review, I give this a 7 out of 10. It's going in the right direction, and I want to see more. So.
That's all right. That's all right. All right, Joe. A couple stuff to promote real quick. Our latest couple live streams here are Pizzle.
Yes, our live stream with Kapizzle. It's up on all our audio podcasts. Go ahead and go check that out after this if you haven't seen it already.
And last week's show, Joe.
Yes, with Chad Casa, the woman wearing red.
That was fun. We can't wait to have her back on. And then Joe, tomorrow on Twitch.
Yes, more Silent Hill 2 remake.
Hopefully we can get to the end here because we got Doom coming up here. And then Joe, late Thursday night on Twitch.
Give me a little reminder. I know we're doing a lot lately.
God of War.
Yes, God of War 3 remastered.
Oh, hold on, dude. We got Chris Evans in the chat.
Nice. The man himself.
Holy cow, I feel so special that Chris Evans takes time off his busy schedule to hang out on NerdCage Live. This is awesome. All right, well, Chris Evans, let me give you my general thoughts of the movie. So, okay. I was pleasantly surprised how good it was. Not that I was expecting a whole lot. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was still good. I feel like this movie is what Suicide Squad should have been. I'm talking about the James Gunn one. But yeah, but for real though, when you get like a bunch of misfits together, I think Marvel kind of found the right formula to get these misfits together on screen together. I really loved the movie up until the final act. But other than that, like like I said, this was better than the previous entry. And now it's moving forward. I'm like, okay, I think Marvel's kind of found its groove again. Now, it's nowhere near the first phase, or the first 2 phases, I should say. But my God, right now, we're trending much better than we were post-Endgame. Obviously, with the exception of Spider-Man and Deadpool, but I don't count those. So I'm saying like the general MCU post-Endgame, we're finally treading in the right direction. I think what helped was Captain America 4, although it wasn't good, kind of hit that soft reset, and now we're getting the, I like the direction they're going in. So yeah, I really enjoyed the film. And of course, if you haven't already, get yourself a NerdCage Live t-shirt, any size, any color. Again, whether if you're skinny, booty call, or fat fuck, big or small, we love them all. The link to our T-shirt is in the description of this video. Every live stream and across the vast lands of social media. Joe, hit up social media and we'll get started.
If you want to get us on Twitter or Instagram, both handles are @nerd_cage. Our link to our Discord is in the description. Become a member there as well. And our Facebook discussion group, that is NerdCage Nation. We love everything you guys put up there. No spoilers, no politics, and for God's sakes, keep it civil.
Absolutely. Yep. All right. So, moderator, where do we start? Do we start at the beginning, the building jump?
Yeah, I guess we could start at the beginning. That's probably the best parts to start at. So let's do that.
Yep.
All right. I'll just say, you know what? I kind of wish we got a couple like more flashbacks at the beginning to just remind everybody what happened with Black Widow, but that was cool. I liked how it all went down.
I'm gonna assume that they couldn't use Scarlett Johansson's likeness in this. Since
it was just
I don't think they show her.
She was all over the trailer, and I thought that would have been more of a driving point, like a driving factor.
I think the other thing is they're trying to take all the movies that didn't do well and kind of
ignore
push them down a little bit, So I can understand why they kind of didn't use any footage from any flops. You know what I mean?
Also, I know they didn't bring a Hawkeye. You think about the Hawkeye show, that would be important, but not. Nope.
I mean, I don't know what's going on with Hawkeye right now because he just refused to do the second season of the TV show because of low pay.
Well, no. The point you showed was in that show. You know.
So last I heard, the show is still going forward. It's just Haley Steinfeld in the lead with no Renner anymore.
That's not gonna work.
That
but whatever.
sucks. Yeah.
I mean, they already did the
ever since his accident. So
yeah, they already did the like passing of the torch. That was the whole first season. So I don't really have a big issue with it. I'd prefer it if he was in like an episode, but
yeah. Just as a
that's fine. I give it a Hawkeye, but occasionally in the show, so maybe they can have a continue the story. But where you better go with the story after this first season? I want to connect to Daredevil, which that's my hope, but we'll see.
Also, a shout out to that fat hamster.
Oh yeah, the hamster. That was funny.
I thought it was cute that she like rescued it and she still had him like on the street after she blew up the lab and stuff like that.
After she put his time and signs away, Project Sentry cannot be released, and bam. Yeah.
And honestly, that opening scene was good, but what was even better, now wait, well actually before I get to the next scene, but was it? Did Florence Pugh, she really jumped off the building, right?
Yes, she did. Yes. It's fun to go back from CGI.
Okay, I got a minor complaint. Like, I kind of wish they shot that just a little better. Like, because they shot that so far away, like you couldn't really tell if like. I think they. I wish they kind of got it like a better look at it when she jumped off the building and did the parachute, because you couldn't tell if it was really her or not. I know they said it was, but like when you watch the film, it's such a it's
so far away.
Yeah, it's such a far shot. I kind of wish they kind of. In other words, like when you watch Mission Impossible and you see like Tom Cruise do crazy shit like that. They shoot that so well with the camera behind them or on them the whole time. I kind of wish they did that here.
See, and I was gonna let you go until you brought in the Tom Cruise thing. They enhance, like, especially Fallout. They enhance like his Halo jump in Fallout.
Yeah.
Doesn't look a thing like what it looks like in the film. They do complete sky replacement on it. They do so many enhancements on it where it's like you practically should have just done it CGI, because you doing it in the air, it doesn't matter. This one, I understand what you're saying in terms of you wish that they had had a camera following her so you could see it was her. But I think the whole point was the setup of her falling, of her just doing that her just falling. You saw her face and you saw that was the whole bit. Yeah, which if you wanted, they should have done something where it was more of a sweeping camera so you could see the height.
I just wanted more emphasis on the stunt.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, of like Tom Cruise stuff, they enhance that shit like crazy. So this one we're getting
awesome when they do.
Yeah, and I hate bringing it to reality, but that shit's expensive. They couldn't the budget this time, so
apparently it was $180 million budget, which.
Wait, that's a high budget. That's not a low budget.
Well, compared to
it's low for the MCU.
Yeah, that's cheap for MCU, but I mean, I expect
a lot of money.
The movie's gonna break even. It's not, I don't think
it'll make money, I think.
It's just a minor gripe. Please don't. I'm not trying to shit on that scene at all. It's just, I just wish they'd done a little bit more, because it was really an incredible setup, an incredible scene. It was cool that she did that. I kind of wish there was more emphasis, and they did a little bit more. That's all. It's
They only had the one shot.
Yeah.
Yep, it was a good setup. It was. Like, it would have been cool to see the entire stunt. Yes, I would love to see the entire stunt in a heartbeat. I would, but what we got, it was fine.
Yeah.
I think with that we can segue into. Why don't we just say it and segue into where they all meet?
That was great. Yeah. I loved it. That might be my second favorite scene. Honestly, it's just the Taskmaster thing, like.
And let me bring that up, because I think that the Taskmaster thing, they've gotten so much negative feedback on that character. with, I hate to say the gender swapping, but I mean,
Yeah.
so ill
Like
received
Taskmaster.
that I have a feeling that they were just like, you know what, you don't like Taskmaster, fine, she's dead.
Problem solved.
You know, and
they
I
could
don't
have
know,
done
maybe they
more.
could
I just
bring in one from a
man,
different
just
universe
like
or something.
okay, they put Taskmaster in like all the marketing just to get shot. Say one quick line, get shot in the head. I wish they.
I still have a feeling this isn't the last we'll see of Taskmaster. I think there's going to be another one.
They'll want me to
I don't know
lose
whether it be a
Taskmaster
copycat or whether it be from a different universe or whatever. I think we're going to see Taskmaster.
I compare it to. I'm going to compare it to another crappy movie, the James Gunn Suicide Squad, where like they killed everybody in the opening scene and then just left everybody else alone. This was kind of the same thing. Okay, here's a character, boom, dead, and then nothing's going to happen to the rest of these characters. I kind of.
And I also think that was kind of a metaphor too. Like
I just kind of wish they
anything
built
you
up,
don't like,
built
we're
up
gonna
to
kill
her
off.
death and did more with the
You know
character.
what I mean?
I just wanted to see them do more with that character and not like kill her off so quickly. That's all. I just thought it was so. It just felt so random. Like what was the point?
I think it's Feige's love letter to be careful who you hate on because they can die at any moment.
Yep, indeed. But Taskmaster felt like pointless, right? You got me here. You bought Taskmaster back with it. Look, I have Taskmaster in the comic. I would. Okay, I mean, I Taskmaster in the comic going. I don't know anybody care, but for I have Taskmaster in the comic. He's a cool kid. He's fun. He's always bad at. If in Spider-Man 2, he was awesome. Well, Spider-Man 1, he awesome fight. Spider-Man 1, the video game. He was trying to find a fight, but you tell me when you bought Taskmaster in this movie, you just kill off. Why? Like, here's the fun. You want to kill off? I've said you kill off. That's what I want to have it. What? She gets shot in the head from Ghost? Really? That's it?
It was it was just sudden and anticlimactic. That's all. I mean.
Yeah. No,
but all the fighting, the shooting, Walker throwing the shield, reloading the gun, throwing the shield. I'm like, yes, like that shit. And then Ghost doing, whatever Ghost does, like,
I liked it very quickly.
It was cool.
Once you see the second person where you're like, oh shit, they're all hunting each other. That's fun.
Yeah. It was just cool how they were all set up like that,
Yeah.
Valentina set them up like that, It was cool.
Yeah.
It was my second favorite scene of the movie. It really was. Like that.
Yeah.
That was an incredible, well choreographed. Everything about that scene was great, except the.
Shot in Taskmaster.
That's all. But other than that, I mean,
Speaking of Valentina, am I the only one that can't really take her seriously after Julia Louis-Dreyfus is known for Seinfeld? So, like, you see her, that's all you think of.
Yeah.
I mean, she's kind of a stand-in for Nick Fury in a way.
But not really. She's not that cool.
I mean,
I like Valentina. I think she works great with the narrative.
I like her. It's just I can't look past the Seinfeld stuff.
I don't. Okay, I'm just gonna say this straight up. I don't watch the Marvel TV shows, so her character really wasn't built up enough for me. Like, we haven't seen her enough in the films.
Yeah. I thought we saw her in anything with Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and Hawkeye.
And she was in the post-credit scene
and
in
the Black Widow.
Black Widow, like.
And Black Widow, yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Black Widow's really like the one movie like that is referenced the most, just because you got David Harbour, Yelena.
That movie has so much potential. Like, why?
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Screw it up.
Yeah.
Also, the main villain that movie got great. The movie also bad.
I mean, I'm kind of with Joe. I mean, she was great in the movie, but you're right. Like, it's just hard not to see Elaine when you when you grew up on Seinfeld. It's just hard not to like, think of Elaine from Seinfeld, and it's in New York City on top of that.
Yep.
Someone pointed out, I was listening to a podcast earlier. Speaking of New York City, where was Spider-Man this whole time?
We're dead of this whole time.
Nobody remembers him. Remember?
Oh yeah, Sony. Damn it.
I mean, I'm just saying that's not a big deal. I was just saying someone pointed that out. I'm like, oh, I didn't even think of that when I was watching the movie. And then someone was like, oh yeah, Spider-Man. If it's in New York City, everything's going down. Where's Spider-Man?
Well, you know how they'll explain that later. Like, here's what he's been doing the whole time. You know,
well, yeah, the next Spider-Man movie supposedly it comes out after Doomsday, and it takes place like when Doomsday is going on. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Which I'm intrigued about that because wait, you have Doomsday coming out with that stuff, but then you have Spider-Man Brand New Day clamped in at the middle, and then you have Secret Wars. How the heck are you going to make this work and not make it multiversal? I don't want one of Spider-Man. I want Studio. Where's the Studio? Sorry, one. But let's just be confused how to make that work. Unless...
I'm sure they have a plan in motion. Feige very rarely reveals his cards until the moment he needs to. So I'm sure that's in the works somehow, explaining how they're all...
I mean, I think Kevin Feige leaked those Secret Wars images right after Captain America flopped.
It's possible.
Don't tell me he didn't. It was a panic move. Like, oh no, this movie's failing. Let's leak these images out there and get people excited for, what's coming up. But that's just my opinion. What do I know?
I don't know. I don't know the images. I know some images, but like one looked like Garden of Doom, which that's gonna be awesome if that is true. But Garden of Doom, he's insane. Like, dude, that family insane? No. Garden of Doom did a fatality on Thanos. Like, he just comes in out.
Oh, are you talking the fan made thing that was there? That was kind of cool.
No, that wasn't fan made.
Doctor Doom versus Thanos. Oh, I did get to see that. I guess we could move on to when they escape the place and Bucky's chasing them. I mean, that was a kind of a cool scene. Yeah. All you see is the mine hit one of the cars and blow it up, and you're like, who the fuck was that?
Well, I think we missed something. We missed Sentry's debut. We missed Bob coming out of that cryo chamber thing.
Well, that was during when they met.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even Sentry at that point.
Yeah, he didn't know. Well, his powers didn't kick in yet. Also, I kind of like. Well, going back to that, I did kind of like him and Yelena kind of had like a little bit of chemistry going because she was trying to, hey, stay behind me and so on and so forth. I kind of like I like that dynamic,
Say, I like the dynamic too. Honestly,
I actually like how they kind of went into the Void stuff before they even had Sentry having any powers. He still had that ability to get you to your darkest place just by touching.
That's why I like the third act so much, because they set it up.
Yeah, no, that was insane on dark. Right? What? You wait in Yelena's backstory. Depending on the child, she had another child get killed. That was dark. Like, holy shit! I did not see that one coming. I meant it was that ballsy. Like, I did it makes sense.
That was that was definitely an intense moment. I loved it though, just because like it built those particular scenes built character. I really like.
Yeah. Walker's backstory is that my wife child. Well, your wife never left you because you're an asshole. Okay, because then the Captain America went to soldier. His wife went to shit. But I find your life getting better at the end. Fucking went to soldier, but you became U.S. agent. I guess that went to shit well. Huh. Poor Walker. Whatever, the guy's an asshole.
Because that's like Walker's defining trait in the comics is he's an asshole. So I love that then.
Yeah.
It's like what's the main defining thing of this? Where it's like, yep, he's an asshole. His Captain America serum, super soldier serum. It just made his assholeness even like grander.
Yeah, it was more insane.
Yeah, he was an asshole, but honestly, I was kind of rooting for him throughout the movie.
Same.
Ryan Russell's just charming.
It appealed to him, I was rooting for him.
Yeah.
I was.
Well, he's that full-on military guy of I'm an asshole, but I have to be that type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason for it. Like I get shit done. It's like that's cool and all, but
I mean,
at what cost?
I was gonna say, lest we forget that he is the one that breaks the chain when they're trying to go up the tunnel. Yeah. He's the one that fucking goes up because he's like essentially just goes, "It's me or no one."
Yeah. And he's got this
Well,
ego
that-
of,
that was
I'll do
funny.
it,
I'm
but
sorry.
I know how to do this and keep you all safe at the same time.
Yeah.
Yep, and then he
He has
falls
this
like,
overconfidence about him.
Yeah.
yeah, but that was so funny.
I'm not gonna lie, my legs were getting sore watching that scene. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
damn, that's.
Yeah.
I was like,
Like,
I hope
one
these
wrong
people never
move, you're all
skip leg day.
dead.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, damn, that's a long time. I mean, I know it wasn't real, but I'm just saying, like, I'm like watching, like, oh damn, that's a lot of.
I don't know. I think the
Yeah,
bottom.
whoa,
I feel like the bottom shot was literally just the stunt doubles doing that.
Yeah.
I
can agree.
It was so unglamorous. Where I was like, huh. This genuinely seems like they might actually be like the stunt doubles just doing this instead of, because I mean you didn't see their faces at all, so may as well.
Yeah.
The funniest moment I think of that was when he goes, stand back, and he does that little superhuman jump thing, and he goes,
That was fun.
falls right back
fun.
down.
That was
Like,
funny.
oh, it's
No,
higher
I
than I
just
thought.
love it. When Sentry or Bob, he was just like, oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
When they get to the door, he's like, oh shit, I didn't think of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
But
that was
yeah.
supposed to be Stephen Yeun from
Yeah.
Walking Dead.
Oh, okay.
Well, it was original, but that didn't happen. You know what? I'm fine with that. He's great at Invincible. I'm glad he's Invincible. I mean, happy. So I'm fine with him not being at the Sentry. Because Sentry is a very complicated character to adapt. We're trying to adapt him with, well, never against him. He's a great actor. I don't think he could pull Sentry off in live action. Maybe that's just me, but I'm gonna get this actor for Sentry, and he's the fallback fit for the character. Me, that's just me.
The memes have already started flying of Stephen Yeun as Invincible and Lewis as Sentry, and they're pointing at each other because they're wearing the exact same colors.
Oh, that's funny. That's hilarious.
Oh, yeah, and then of course, you know, then he had to dye his hair blonde or bleach his hair blonde out.
Yep.
Yep.
I was kind of
for
thinking
marketing.
Homelander because you know the blonde hair, so
Yeah.
a little bit of Homelander vibes, just a little bit. Even though
kind of.
you know, just not an asshole like you know Homelander, but just when
Yeah.
I saw that and I saw the
Yeah.
cape and the blonde hair, I'm like, oh, kind of reminds me of
Yeah.
Homelander.
Homelander is a psycho. Sentry is a lot more complex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sentry's still, he's such a like he's a, in the comics he's so overpowered, so I think that how they handled him here, it worked. They dealt with his overpoweredness in a interesting way, because now it's like, oh yeah, technically he's depowered right now, but
Yeah.
he can bring it back, but he still he has to deal with the dark entity to be able to deal with it. So it's like, oh, that's an intriguing thread that they've left hanging for Doomsday or Secret Wars whenever they deal with it.
Yeah, but in the comics, he can die, but the way if you do that, then oh shit, the boy gets the reason everybody dies, because that thing is big. I'm sorry, it can't be stopped. You can't stop it. You can't kill it. Nothing can stop that thing. Nothing. So you need Bob intact. Without him, everyone is pretty screwed. Everybody's fucking at this point, and that's what the boy does. It's a monster. It can't be stopped.
One thing they didn't explain enough of was how the friggin' kill switch works.
Oh
Because-
yeah, we forgot about that.
Because it's like they didn't explain if they did any surgery and put a chip in his head or whatever they did. They just said, "Oh, we have this magical switch that can turn him off." It's like,
Yeah, I think that's.
I'd like to know more about it. You know,
It seemed to do the same thing. Remember in Mission Impossible 3 with Kerry Russell's character? His
Oh,
eye,
yeah, the spy.
his
Yeah.
eyes do like the same thing. Like and it's like it's a very similar like. So I assume that he was implanted with a chip, and then the chip like explodes.
I mean, it's implied what's done, but it's not fleshed out and explained. So
I don't need an explanation though.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to imagine if you know Valentina was behind the whole thing, and you know,
Yeah,
God forbid,
she's
you
savage,
know, if God forbid things go south, you know, she was prepared for it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've
And
already
obviously it would have had to been done before his powers kicked in, because it's like, oh, he's indestructible, but we found a way to get a chip in his head. Like,
That
what?
wouldn't make any sense, because there's no way now you can put a bomb in his head when he's underpowered.
No, and kill switches in general, it's something that you plan for ahead of time. So a kill switch would have just been something that they had made sure they implanted in all the people.
Yeah. Speaking of the character that the guy's good character, Red Guardian. Red Guardian when he killed it, I never get killed him. Again, the Black Widow movie, he was fine. I liked him in that movie, but other than him, everyone in the movie just like, this doesn't make any sense. I don't get a character. It's either supposed to be a tragic character or funny. I don't get. But this movie didn't make a lot more tragic. He felt no purpose because after Soviet Russia fell, you're like, well, now what? What am I to do? I'm bored, and I love him in these movies. He's hilarious.
Yeah, he was great. I wish they did a little more with him, but I absolutely love David Harbour's Red Guardian. He was the best part of the Black Widow movie.
Same here. I agree.
He's probably the best part of this movie too. Just like I said, I wish they'd done a little bit more. But again, this was an ensemble film, and it's centered around Yelena. But I kind of wish we got more
Yelena and
Red Guardian.
Red Guardian is fantastic. I love the character in the movie. Both him and her did a great chemistry. They're perfect. Yeah, go speed with her and him.
I'm a little bothered that I know Tyler said earlier, but we were talking about, there's maybe they couldn't use Scarlett Johansson in this movie, but I thought they would go a little bit deeper with Black Widow's death, and I was kind of hoping that, Red Guardian would, they would go into a little bit more detail how Red Guardian reacted to her death. We didn't really get that.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was hoping we get that development for Red Guardian because, come on, your daughter died. Seriously, how you think that you?
Granted, we're talking. Remember, Black Widow was a prequel that was set during Winter Soldier, so it was over a decade ago. But still, I thought they would make a little bit more reference, especially on his end, because at least she talked about in New York City. She was, she mentioned it, but I don't know. I thought I kind of wish they went into a little bit more depth with Red Guardian's character, just a little more.
Let's not forget that when we find Red Guardian, he is in his house and clearly hasn't left in a while, drunk and yelling at Yelena.
Else gets Fat Thor vibes when they saw Red Guardian.
Yes, exactly. So I wouldn't say I feel like that says enough of he's not taken Natasha's death well. They should have acknowleded.
But they should have acknowledged. Flesh out a little more.
But they very clearly, I think that's the kind of thing. The fact that she didn't show up once, my brain, I immediately go to contract issue. They could not have Scarlett Johansson because of that. I'm fine with them not including any Scarlett Johansson stuff then.
Well,
just because it's
the
logistics.
Yelena's technically the new Black Widow, and I think they're trying to really move forward, not latch on to the past.
Well, also, if there's any of the original Avengers that doesn't show up for Doomsday and Secret Wars, I think it's Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow. It would not shock me if she doesn't return.
They're not going to do Evil Black Widow. But it is a shame. Evil Black Widow would be an innocent idea. And you pull that trigger. Forget What If. The more What If show, forget that show. That show doesn't matter. But you can just pull the trigger Evil Black Widow and know you can make it and make it work. More What If tried the best, but it failed miserably. Well, Season 3 was bad. Season 3 was like, what? This is dumb. How did Duck and that kid from 4? What? How did that make any sense? Oh, my brain. It's so dumb. Not have more What If instead of
And I think Bucky was underutilized too. I really do.
Yeah, I agree. That's another I like. Bucky didn't have anything to do. He showed the kick out with me, Harry, but we can see more of him with Walker. I was hoping to see more of that with him because Bucky and Walker have a lot. Well, not in common, obviously. You're an asshole, but in talking with the shoulder, the guy was going nuts, and Bucky and Falcon had to stop him. And I thought we could see more of that dynamic, but no, we can see more dynamic.
I absolutely love the nod to Terminator 2, though. When Bucky was riding the motorcycle with the shades and the shotgun.
That was so cool.
That was a nice. I think that's supposed to be a nod to Terminator. That's not what I got out of it. But that was a nice little.
I think it is.
Yeah, that's. I'm like, yep.
That was so cool.
And they're really going heavy on downplaying the arm. Let's put it in the dishwasher. And every single time you see him fight with it, let's make sure it comes off somehow.
Yeah, I'll get destroyed. Yeah.
You almost expect it to be disconnected
For
in a
a
way.
second, I thought his arm got destroyed, but it didn't.
I
At
thought
the
so
end
too.
there.
I thought it didn't destroy my Sentry. We'll get to him later, but.
I mean, Sentry himself is even being heavily memed when he stops the bullets and everything. People are making
that was cool.
to Neo now. So.
Also, fun fact: the fact that they say like the power of a million suns, I was so happy about that. Why? Because in the comment, that's what they say after the comment. They here's the power of a million suns. Like what? Like this guy is going to overpower character an entire universe, and nobody can stop him. Nothing. Spider-Man can't stop him. Nobody can stop him. This guy can't stop him. Nothing can stop him. He's pretty like unstoppable. And that made me happy. I was worried they're gonna not depowered. I was worried they're gonna make it underpowered because most MCU villains or Marvel villains in movies, they keep killing the villains off.
Yeah.
Why? Stop killing off your villain. At least keep one villain alive for a movie or TV show. Stop killing your villains off. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. So yeah, they handled
Well,
it well.
thankfully, depression will never die. So that's one villain that will live on forever.
Yeah.
And dude, the first time we see Void, that was an impressive scene, and it's so menacing, and just the power of being able to just throw somebody into the void. I thought he was killing people.
I thought
when the little girl, my theater freaked the fuck out when that happened.
What?
Yeah, that was kind of like a, oh my god moment.
See, and for me, that was the moment that I was like, oh, they're not dying. Okay.
I thought they were dying. I thought they were getting killed off. I thought, oh shit! He finally got snapped. Like, what?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Why you find him in Baldy? No.
What place do you think that little girl went to? Because she's only like 6 years old. So
Yeah,
it's
like, how
like-
much evil can she experience at 6?
Uh,
And the one question that everybody has unanswered is those helicopters that went down. When they returned those bodies, where'd they go? Did they just start
Just
falling
in the
out
air?
of the air?
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna say I don't think that everyone returned.
That fight scene. I mean, before
I don't think
that,
everyone
the
returned to
Void
their exact spot they got taken though. Now that I think about it, so
You would think they just get returned to a random area, but
yeah, I think that's how it was. Because that little girl got returned to a different spot than where she got taken out at.
You know about that.
I actually do love that fight scene that they were. There was nothing
Yeah,
they
buying
could
a
do.
Sentry, that was so cool.
Or Sentry's just beating the shit out of them.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I didn't know when Red Guardian gets
and-
thrown through the window, like out the window and then back in.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's a more well executed scene of like the Superman Justice League.
Right.
Because I've always thought that scene just looked bad CGI wise, so I feel like this, it's like, oh, it's that same concept, but it's done dynamically, and it's like it's a fun switch off of like who's fighting when, and yeah, I really enjoyed
I
that
like it
too.
when Bucky just came in and just like fuck this shit, and he
Fuck this shit, bam, with gun.
takes the coat off and goes in, and then he still got overpowered. And then,
It's cool too that how John Walker got his like folded shield.
Taco now.
I remember when I remember when set photos came out, everyone was like, "What's the deal with Walker's shield? Why does he have this like weird covering on it?" So
Yeah.
that's fun.
That was fun. Like
And the Noirverse itself is kind of cool that it's kind of like a hive mind. Like you can break into someone else's darkness just as easy, which is kind of cool that it kind of connects that all.
Yeah.
Like
That was cool. I love that moment. Good badass and very dark. But you get through your trauma over and over and over. Like, oh my god, that would drive someone insane. Like, what?
That's the
If I-
point.
I saw it over, I would go nuts.
Same. That's what I liked about it. It wasn't just a It wasn't just like a villain that then has the exact same powers as the heroes. Anything like that.
Grounded it in real problems, but without having to actually go there. They just kind of loosely connected it. I like that.
And it was something that they set up throughout the film. It wasn't just because a lot of Marvel films have a bad issue with their third act feels like disconnected from some of the other stuff that happens on. Not a ton, but the ones that I don't like, that's one of the main issues. And like this one, everything it flows seamlessly. I liked how they did all of that. Plus the return of Stark / Avengers Tower, like that's awesome. I love that set piece.
That was cool. Yeah.
The comics.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably the only one here. I didn't really care for the finale too much. Like I understand some emphasis on mental health and this and that. I don't know. I couldn't connect with it, and that's where that's why I give this movie a 7. Well, I was gonna say before the end, but like I feel like there was a 9 or a 10 in this movie, but I just felt like for me the third act, the finale, outside with the exception of the father-daughter moment in the soccer team speech.
Yeah,
which is my favorite part. That was my favorite part, but everything around it, just for me, just did not work. And when they went, going into the void, it just felt like such a drag for me. After seeing all these spectacular scenes, going into the void just felt flat for me. That's just me. It just didn't feel. It was less spectacular for me, and I didn't. That's where the finale kind of fell flat for me personally.
One thing I want them to change going forward, if they can, is how after he's done defeating himself basically and coming back, Sentry that is, he always loses his memory of what just happened.
Yeah, everybody loses.
I want him to as he grows, be able to control that so that he doesn't get amnesia, but he can still control his darkness. That would be kind of cool seeing going forward.
There's so much they can do with him. It's so exciting. That's why
he is the Marvel Superman, basically.
Not exactly. He's more psychotic. Okay, not psychotic. He's more schizo. Superman is not schizo. It's one like evil Superman. You could go evil villain like Ultraman, and a psycho. Or another villain, like Jay Superman, also psycho.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but Superman as a schizo sounds great to me. So
that sounds like Bizarro.
I'm all on board.
Yeah, I understand that.
I'm actually surprised they haven't brought in yet.
I'm shocked they're not playing Hyperion. Hyperion also is a Superman parody, but so he's also psychotic.
I think Hyperion would have been brought in if Eternals had done well.
Oh yeah, Squadron Supreme. But Squadron Supreme also motivated billions.
Yeah.
Just one thing that I kind of noticed that probably nobody else made this connection, but the room that Sentry is in, his safe room there, oddly looked exactly like the same room as who's the guy from Ready Player One? The actual fucking end all be all.
Oh yeah, the main villain.
It looked like his old room a little bit.
Oh yeah.
That 1980 gamer type.
I forgot the actor who was in that movie, but the dead guy was good.
That's the vibes I got from it anyway.
I really rewatched the movie. That movie was fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I just understand with the Void. I'm glad they did the Void justice because the Void is a very complex, super complex at the end. This Void, I think the Void better than the comics. The Void comic is a monster. This Void is a lot more monster and more like dark. Oh shit! Like the going on, that's scary because what? Like no, you can't punch him, you can't stop him, you can't shoot with bullets with no example. Like, that was dark, and I'm glad they went there. They went through the darkest plane movie I'm happy. One thing I did not really like after they beat the Void, like you telling me no civilians died? What? That's a rip off. Like come on, you have a ball guy. See it down. These kids, not our main kid. You have to our main kid survive, but no civilians died. That's a cop out. Boo. Like I ain't like that, but. I'm very into.
I don't need civilian deaths in my comic book movies
there
for me
would have
to
been
be
one
satisfied.
that would have been kind of funny there's would have been one that would have been a funny comic relief, but it's a dark humor. Is when they were all trying to push that wall up. When they finally pushed it over, I was kind of hoping it was going to
Push it onto someone else. That's definitely an edit you could do, where it's just like some old lady is on the other side, and then it just falls on.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny.
And I do have to give Valentina a little bit of credit at the end that
Fake
she was
out.
kind of backing up, and then all of a sudden she goes on the other side of that curtain and kills a 180 and goes, "Oh, these are my new guys." You know?
She's always 2 steps ahead.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating. I mean, in a good way. It's just frustrating. Like, oh, the bitch got away with it. I'm like, damn it! Like, she got away.
That's
with
always, but that's always the best part about her character. She's always like, it's like this. You're like, oh, she's finally gonna see her comeuppance, and then it's like, nope, she snakes her way out of it. And you're like, son of a bitch.
I was like, damn, what a slick there.
Like, I was hoping our friend was going to say, fine, we're going to kill his ass, we're going to kill him. Like, no, like, hey, these are him. I did it. It was me. I'm the one who invented the new Avengers because Century was a failure. So, yay, I won. But what?
And then
Also,
nobody
I gotta
questions
give this
the whole
movie
new
credit.
Avengers
I gotta
thing
give this
when-
movie credit too. This is the one thing I did like is during the credits there, a lot of people were not receptive
Of
to
the new
this
Avengers.
new Avengers. Or everyone, there's people who are like,
Yeah.
huh? And like, not my hashtag, not my Avengers, and all this
Okay,
other
Avengers.
shit. Like, I actually
Yeah,
kind of
it's funny.
like that.
Which
like
kind of
that
brought
they
it to the
weren't- they
real
weren't
world a little
accepted
bit.
by everybody. I kind of like that.
I like that too.
The only thing I was
It was
wondering
good
about is,
self-awareness, I should say.
Like
Yeah,
they were all heavily invested at the end in the Thunderbolts name, and not one of them spoke up and went, "Excuse me, it's the Thunderbolts."
Yeah, I guess not.
Not even David Harbour, which I kind of expected he was going to.
I feel like going at this thing. It's funny when not winning.
I mean, you're essentially being called the new Beatles, so it's
Yeah.
like you're
Oh,
like,
yeah,
oh,
that's true.
yeah, we'll take it. Lot to live up
Like,
to, but
where's Hulk? Where's Thor? Blah blah blah.
It's Captain America. Where's
And
Captain
I did
America?
like the comic relief thing with David Harbour when he comes in with the new suits and everything. I fixed it. I put a Z at the end.
Yeah, it's like-
yeah, that was great because they mentioned they said that that Sam Wilson was suing.
Is
over the
building his
name.
own team.
yeah, because he'll have Kate Bishop, I
Miss
assume
Marvel?
Ant-Man, Miss Marvel, yeah.
And I could see them kind of going head to head for at least a second. The new
Yeah.
Avengers.
Because that's
Wait. is
there's
that Captain
always
America?
there's always been multiple teams and
Well,
Avengers where it's like new Avengers, Mighty Avengers, the standard Avengers.
Captain Avengers. Wait, no, that's not okay. West Coast Avengers.
Yeah.
USA Avengers.
Yeah. So it's just about essentially it's about making sure that hopefully they introduce it properly, which I think they did a good job in the end credit scene of making it so audiences understand of like, no, there's a ton of Avengers. We have a bunch of different Avengers teams. Like that's the point.
I have to admit, at a young age, I wasn't really versed in comics that well. So
Same.
when the Avengers first came out, I scratched my head a bit because the first Avengers movie I ever saw, which is completely separate from any Marvel at all, is the
Uma Thurman?
Avengers movie with fucking Sean Connery and shit.
Yeah, that was a TV show.
Where they control the weather.
That was a TV
TV
show
show.
in the 60s. That was a 60s
Yes.
TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I thought it was in the beginning, and then I was like, oh, it's Marvel. This is different. So yeah.
It's like, oh, where's Uma Thurman in a jumpsuit?
Yeah.
God damn it, that's Batman.
All right, so are we gonna get the elephant out of the room now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
Okay, so here's I gotta say it. As excited as I was, because I still think Fantastic Four is gonna be great. It's gonna do great. And Superman ain't gonna do shit. It's gonna be Fantastic Four this summer. Anyway, okay. I think now that I've had days to think about it, I think they made a mistake. I think we should have got Doctor Doom arriving, not the Fantastic Four, and here's why. Because that just gave away the ending. The rocket ship, the Fantastic Four rocket ship gave away the ending to Fantastic Four. It should have been Doomsday's arrival, or Doctor Doom's arrival.
Doctor Doom's arrival.
It should have been Doctor Doom's arrival, and then, because now we know how Fantastic Four is going to end.
We knew they were. We knew they were gonna come to us. We knew they were coming to our universe anyway, though.
And I said this to Jay in the theater.
Yeah,
Didn't expect the rocket.
that gives it like specifically away.
What a big
Like,
flop
I don't know. I knew I was coming.
Like I told Jay while we were in the theater, I didn't expect the rocket. I expected to see Silver Surfer approaching Earth.
Same.
That's what I expected to see.
I think Silver Surfer's gonna die. I don't think Silver Surfer's gonna survive.
You mean the female Silver Surfer gonna kill her off?
Yeah, I agree. I think she's in the Silver Surfer in that world, and then we'll get Norrin Rand in
I said it before.
MCU.
If Silver Surfer is brought in and they make the movie rated R and give her the dialogue she had in Ozark, it'll be great.
Also, another missed opportunity. Why? I really love that Fantastic Four. You know, the song in the trailer.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity. They should have put that right when they revealed the rocket. Fantastic Four.
I agree. They should have done that.
Missed opportunity. Just saying. I mean, it's not a big deal. I'm just saying, like, damn, that would have been a good time to cue it up.
I had some dummy couple next to me in the theater that, like, the girl kept having to be explained everything, and that was something where then I heard the guy be like, "That's the Fantastic Four. That's the movie that comes out this summer. We'll be seeing that." I'm like, God.
That's pretty exciting because most MCU post-credit scenes are so disappointing. They go nowhere. Like, for example, for Love and Thunder, that post-credit scene, like, what? You're saying Hercules now? But we haven't seen Hercules in anything. Why say up now? It's confusing. Not seeing what that makes sense. That was saying everything could. I'm happy with that one. But the other ones that we got for the past couple of years have been, well, going nowhere. Like, you got Kang went nowhere.
This was the longest post-credit scene we ever got.
Yeah, they were the longest one.
That was the longest post-credit scene in any Marvel film.
And as for the mid-credit scene, it's kind of a throwaway. It did showcase one thing. David Harbour is cleaned himself up now, so he thinks he has an identity. He's grounded now. It's not like he was, as he was introduced in the beginning of the movie, like he's fallen apart. He actually got it back together, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. I mean, but Joe, what do you think? Do you think like it should have been somebody? Are you cool that it was the Fantastic Four rocket ship, or do you think they should have, not spoil that?
Well, I don't know if they have enough footage put together to introduce Dr. Doom yet. So.
Oh yeah, good
You know
point.
what I mean? I don't know. I don't think they've even perfected his look yet. So.
No, they haven't.
It would have been hard for them to do that.
I mean, they're filming right now, so.
Yeah.
They are filming right now, but how far they've got
Rocket
really.
Doom had not gotten any good live action treatment ever in the last couple. Well,
The rocket was just that was their easy way out. Here,
Yeah,
we'll just-
I know, but the thing is, we got Fantastic Four, and then we got Doomsday, like right after that. So that's why I'm saying. That's why I felt like they should have brought in Doom at the end of this movie because
I'm not saying it wouldn't have been great. I'm just saying like
They got Fantastic Four to advertise. Fantastic Four is the one next. Doomsday is not for another year.
Okay.
So
all right.
like he's good
I
about
just felt
keeping
like,
everything
now that I think
together.
about it, I was like, well, they kind of spoiled Fantastic Four.
It's kind of
just a little
spoiled
bit.
in that movie. The one thing in context, like, what? Wait. So you're telling me that eventually when they lose, that's gonna be dark when they show that movie. But that kind of spoiled the ending of that movie. Not the ending of that movie. There's no stakes. I hope they didn't do that. That would be.
I don't think it's going to be a total loss, though. I think it's going to be like we won the battle but lost the war type thing.
Yeah, I can see that being the case.
Yeah.
I kind of look at it as like a little
Celebrate
redemption
too
arc.
soon.
Like I think it's gonna be like, okay, the Fantastic Four failed on their world. They're not gonna fail our world. That's
Yeah, and I also
that's
think
what
the
I'm
way the
predicting.
X-Men
I
get
could
brought
be
in,
wrong.
I think it's going to be Hank McCoy friggin' consulting with
Reed
Richards. Yeah. I think that's how
Also,
they
I think the Thing is gonna be the quote unquote Hulk replacement in this, as the Avengers team.
probably. Well,
By the way, fuck Professor Hulk. I fucking hate that.
I really hope in Doomsday they bring in Maestro, and I hope it is Lou Ferrigno like it's rumored to be.
But Maestro is a psychopath murderer and psycho. How do you want to make him?
I would lose my damn mind if Lou Ferrigno.
Well, if you cast Lou Ferrigno, you can do it.
Yeah.
I guess you could do that, make him a hero, but Maestro the villain. He just sang about Warmonger, sang about James on Batman.
Well, Doomsday is also supposed to be all the villain versions of the heroes. So
Oh yeah. So that could work. That could make sense. I am intrigued about Doomsday for a sec. Since this movie ended with the Doomsday stuff, well, with the Force stuff, I'm intrigued about something. Does this movie gonna end with Franklin Richard being born? Because that's gonna be a plot point in that movie. That Franklin Richard is shooting Star at the room right there. So I'm curious about this. Since they left the Earth to our universe now, what the hell does that mean for Galactus and Franklin Richards? Because first, you don't know what I'm talking about. Comic stuff is that Franklin Richards, he's an overpowered kid like the Sentry, but Franklin on a god level at the level. He the world reality, just like that. So I'm curious about, since this programming had Fantastic Four going to our reality, what does that mean for their reality? Does that mean Galactus won? Does that mean the incursion blew up their world? There's so many questions.
Yeah.
Hopefully they get
I'm very
answered in the next
cautious when
movie.
it
We
comes
only
to the
got
really
just saying we only got 2
overpowered
months to
characters
wait.
because Marvel tends to nerf them.
Yeah. I hope they don't nerf Galactus. They can't nerf Galactus. Wait, not Galactus. Franklin Richard. If they nerf him, that's gonna be disappointing because you did Sentry Trade justice. Don't nerf Franklin Richard. Please don't. Because I want the overpowered character. Because you did Sentry overpowered and you couldn't stop him. Unless Dr. Doom can stop Franklin. Which, knowing him, he can do it.
There's so many ways we could go.
That's gonna be exciting. This podcast is so excited that makes me feature a moment right now because, again, the last podcast I'm excited with, well, maybe Kang, but then John maybe got in trouble and there because he Kang ever again. Which, why? What the hell? We got Kang and still do Kang's story. Ban that story. But no, we're not getting that. Oh,
I'm fine with it. I prefer. I've always liked Doctor Doom. I'm glad that they fast forward.
I didn't know enough about Kang to really be invested, but Doctor Doom I can get more.
Well, the other problem with Kang was he already been defeated. Like I don't want to see them take on a guy they already beat. Okay, so I'm fine with them being Doctor Doom.
Yeah, that was disappointing. Like what?
He beat one version of them.
Yeah, one version of him.
Yeah, but that just tells me that he could be stopped easily. He's lame. So whatever. Bring on Doctor Doom. I'm glad they fast forwarded.
Everyone called me and promised that movie was a sub-Kang Dynasty. But he gets defeated in that movie, but you would tell me the Council Kang are the main bad guy of this whole saga. It's not going to be another big bad guy. Why?
It's funny. This past weekend was supposed to be Avengers Kang Dynasty. Was supposed to was actually supposed to come out this weekend.
I'll tell you one thing. I would shit myself if they have a cameo from Julian McMahon.
Oh yeah, that'd be funny.
I think
he's so good in The Surfer.
I know.
I gotta watch after watching Chris's interview. Going off topic on JoeBlow.com. After watching Chris's interview, I edited that, but after watching that interview and watching that trailer, I'm like, oh, I need to watch The Surfer.
Dude, it's insane. It's like a fever dream.
Yeah, it's a new Nicolas Cage movie. In case you guys are wondering, it just came out in theaters. So
I'm always in for Nicolas Cage. So
yeah, I gotta watch this movie. But yeah, Chris from Joe Blow interviewed Nick Cage for it was a short interview, but he interviewed him for like 3.5 minutes. It was
cool.
It was yeah. I gotta see this movie.
Quite the background too. I was like, holy shit. Of course Nick Cage has this like beach background.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
On this like multi-million-dollar mansion. It's like, oh yeah, that's what I expect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, Thunderbolts, or do what guys want to give our final rating?
I think we can give our final.
Yeah. All right, so Tyler, go ahead. Your final rating, wrap it up, and anything you want to promote, my friend.
So I think that I would rate this an 8 out of 10. I plan on seeing this in theaters again before it leaves, and that'll be kind of what will decide what my final rating is, because I could easily see this going up to a 9. I really, really liked this movie. This was first time in quite a long time that I left the theater just going, holy shit, I can't wait for what's next with Marvel stuff, which was cool. Especially like even there's been so many post-credit scenes where it's like, oh, okay, that's like a fun little tease. Like that's like a just dumb little thing. We haven't had the Thanos grabbing the glove, I'll do it myself in so long. So then it's like, oh, we are actually getting a tease of what's to come. And I guess I forgot to mention this earlier. The post-credit scene was filmed by the Russo brothers on the set of Doomsday. Yeah, it was, and it was filmed like 4 weeks ago. So
4 weeks.
That's why everyone looks so different.
All right, my question to you, Tyler, real quick. Is this the best post-Endgame MCU movie?
So, I am very qualified to speak on this right now because I actually just rewatched the entire MCU in the build-up to Thunderbolts, and yeah, I think this is the best one since Endgame, I'd say.
Okay.
No Way Home. I really like No Way Home. So
I don't count No Way Home, and I don't count Deadpool versus Wolverine because those are kind of send-offs.
Which I understand that logic. So yeah, I would easily say this is the best.
Affects, those are more standalone films anyway. Because it's separate. And by the way, go ahead. Oh, I was just going to say, Needlessly Nostalgic, the links are in the description.
Oh, yeah. yeah. Needlessly Nostalgic, we do a podcast that comes out Fridays at 8 a.m. And yeah, we're doing the Nightmare on Elm Street right now. Friday, it's Freddy's Revenge. So yeah, definitely check that out.
Excellent. All right, Tevya SMolka, go ahead. Your final rating, and where would you rank this movie among the other MCU films? And of course, promote whatever you want to promote. Floor is yours, buddy.
Yeah. Actually, my initial review, I think I gave the movie a 3 out of 5. But looking back at it as a whole, I got seen that we enjoyed it because looking back, again, now talking to you guys about it, I think the movie was far better than I really thought. My initial reaction was, wait, what? That's it? What? I was kind of disappointed at some point, but looking back at it, it was a fun movie. It was a far better movie really thought it could be. I thought it was disappointing, but I'm glad I was wrong because the movie was good. And I see the movie in a heartbeat. I want to see the movie in HBO. Well, I got on Blu-ray. I may get Blu-ray when it comes out in the future because I think I enjoyed the movie what it was. Is it my favorite MCU movie? No. However, out of all the MCU that came out that decade, I think this is actually one in the top 10. I'm going to remember here. But my favorite MCU, Spider-Man movie, like that trilogy, Captain America movie, those are number one. Those are peak, perfection. It's better than Ford, 11 Final movie, disappointing. It's better than Dr. Strange. Even though I don't know if you like Dr. Strange, I like that movie. I think that movie was fun what it was. But this movie had a lot more stakes to it, and it felt like a lot more cohesive, made sense. And overall, it was a fun movie, and I'm excited for future MCU now. I can't wait to see Fantastic Four. That movie I'm excited for the most.
We're ready for Fantastic Four.
I want both movies to succeed. I don't want both to Fantastic Four to fail. I want to succeed. Jurassic Park, I don't get that fight is care. But I think the movie is far better than that. And as for my rating, I'm doing a 3.5 out of 2.5. It was only that 4 almost there, but there's some element that annoying me, like Tad getting killed off. What? That's disappointing. Why? Even though I don't like to bring Tad Manning, they do skill dressing with her. Sending with the best one that I love, sending a guy and justice. I'm excited about his character development in the future. I'm very excited how his character in Doomsday. That's gonna be very cool because he's so powerful and very powerful that nothing can stop him. So I'm very excited about that. Overall, it was a good movie, and I gave it a future. I probably want to come on my channel in the future. I did my reaction to GTA 6, the new trailer. That game was interesting, even though it's still cinematic trailer, not gameplay yet. So we're waiting next year for that game. But I did react to that. I did do my review Thunderbolts out there on my channel in the description. And on my channel future. I don't know what's going to feature my channel. I think I'll probably review something. Hopefully I can clear up shit Expedition 33 and physical copy. I'm trying to find that game that can hard to find. But other than that, I think that's all I got so far. Yep.
Excellent. And again, links are in the description, everybody. And Joe of FallenOne Gaming, go ahead, dish it out.
Yeah, so I gave this a 7 out of 10. It was a very fun film. It's the best post-Endgame film for Marvel as of late, and it's hard to really place it because there's so many Marvel films out there. But Endgame will still be my favorite for now.
Yeah, Endgame.
But post Endgame, I think this is the best one so far. And as for Taskmaster and everything, I really hope we get an introduction in the future to Tony Masters. And
Same.
see if that actually, they have the multiverse and everything. They have a way to do it. Bring it back in some capacity.
Yeah, bring a Taskmaster.
All right, fair enough. All right, and Joe, real quick, our latest live streams, Kapizzle.
Yes, with Kapizzle across all audio platforms and up there on YouTube. If you want to check that out, go ahead.
And last week's lovely live stream.
Yes, with the lovely Chad Casa, Woman Wearing Red.
And that's also on all podcast platforms as well. And then, Joe, tomorrow, 4 o'clock on twitch.tv/NerdCage Live.
Yes, more Silent Hill 2 remake, approaching the finale.
And late one Thursday, starting a new game.
Yes, God of War 3 remastered.
Twitch.tv/NerdCage Live. I don't have the thumbnail ready, but I guess I'll say it. Soon as we finish Silent Hill 2 remake, we're going right into Doom Dark Ages on Twitch. So, yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Rip and tear. That's going to be fucking fun.
Yeah, just fun.
So I'm still holding troops. I'm with Joe. This is a 7 out of 10 for me. I love this movie right up until, I think the third act kind of lost me a little bit, but this is still a solid 7 out of 10 for me. And again, I think it's the best post. I know it's redundant, but it's true. It's the post Endgame MCU movies. I hated all those movies like Thor, Love and Thunder, fucking Wakanda Forever, and Shang-Chi, Black Widow, Eternals. Like, those movies were so goddamn trash. Ant-Man, like, I was lost. Now they kind of brought me back, and this movie is where Marvel kind of found its footing again. So moving forward, I'm absolutely excited for Fantastic Four, and I can't wait for Doomsday because I'm a diehard X-Men fan. And again, I don't count Deadpool, Wolverine, I don't count Spider-Man. I'm talking the general MCU. Really, really can't wait for Doomsday. Really excited for Fantastic Four, and this movie just got me where I needed to be. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for me. And again, be sure to get a NerdCage Live t-shirt. Again, any size, any color, like this one here, like this one. We got pillows, hoodies, magnets, tote bags, you name it. Go to our TeePublic. The link is in the description of this video, on every video and every live stream, and across the vast lands of social media. We're also live, Joe. Social media, go.
Yes, if you want to get us on Twitter or Instagram, both handles are @nerd_cage. Our link to our Discord is in the description. Become a member there as well. And our Facebook discussion group, that is NerdCage Nation. We love everything you guys put up there. No spoilers, no politics, and for God's sakes, keep it civil.
All right, and again, thank you to these awesome gentlemen here. Be sure to subscribe to them. The links are in the description. Not only that they are awesome content makers and they're hustlers, they're also fantastic friends of ours as well, and we're the luckiest nerds on the planet to be able to work with them on a regular basis. So thank you guys. So until then, we please ask you to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, spread that shit like the void so the USA from yours truly, the land of the orange of Syracuse, New York, to all of our friends and fans around the world at NerdCage Live, Tevya SMolka, and Needlessly Nostalgic. As always, enjoy life, stay safe, eat your vegetables, do your push-ups, go to the gym, all that good stuff. Good night, God bless, and have the best day of your life.
Bye.
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe. Okay. Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe. It's all about you.
Kaboom! Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful.
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster. Oh no, Joe. The galaxy's doomed because of you.
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
Yo, that's diabolical. Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCageLive.
Ooh, trying to get out of the nerd cage, are ya? Well, before you go, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really intrigued, ring that bell. Thank you for dropping by. Until next time, tell everyone you know about NerdCage Live!